For hundreds of years, Carlos Chen's people called this land home. But that changed in 1976 when Guatemala's military government announced construction of the Chicoy Dam, financed by the World and Inter-American Development Banks. The state electric company promised the people of the soon-to-be flooded villages new houses, boats, livestock, and more. But when 2 community representatives disappeared on their way to meet government officials, the indigenous communities rejected the proposed resettlement plans. They described what followed as genocide.
The government started to kill people here because of our resistance to the dam. They accused us of being guerrillas, of being subversives, because we wouldn't leave. But it was our ancestors who taught us to never abandon our land.
Maya Achi activists say more than 400 villagers from Rio Negro had been killed by the time the dam wall was complete. Survivors fled to the hills, and the river basin was flooded.
Our community is underwater. All of the houses that were there, all of the people who lived there, who had their livestock and farmland. But today we can't see any of this. All we see is the water.
Within a few years, most of the thousands who'd been expelled from their homes had little choice but to move to the army-built model communities. We're headed 3 hours away to the village of Hakush to see where people who were evicted from these lands have been forced to settle. Here in this model community, houses are no more than a small dirt-floored room. The soil is unproductive, there isn't enough land to keep livestock or provide firewood, and jobs are scarce. However, there is hope. In 2010, following 6 years of negotiations, the Guatemalan government signed a compensation deal with the affected communities, worth more than $150 million. But despite a legal obligation, payments have so far been stalled.
They should
have started in 2011, but unfortunately the previous administration didn't have this kind of political will. We hope the new administration will do it. We think they have an opportunity to show the world that these violations, committed by the state itself, should be compensated.
Never again is a phrase often heard amongst survivors like Carlos. It's what motivates people here to keep fighting for justice, no matter what the odds. The coming generation, they say, deserves nothing less. David Mercer, Al Jazeera, in Baja Verapaz, Guatemala.